Email CINOLLC@hotmail.com. Again, CINOLLC@hotmail.com for more details. Welcome. What's up? It's your man Corey Williams with another fire episode of Convo with Cino. Today's guest, and by the way, this is episode number 8, y'all. Can you believe it? 8 episodes, man. I'm super excited, man. Can't wait till we start announcing the 100th episode, the 500th episode. But look, thanks guys for tuning in. And today is none short of another amazing Convo with Cino. And I have a young lady that I've, grown to know over the last few years. She's helped out on some other, endeavors that I've been involved with, myself and some other colleagues. And I just felt it right to get her on the line to kind of share some information. She has an amazing story. She has she's a part of organizations, but I know a lot of people are interested in grant writing and things like that. Even myself. I reached out to her myself because I want to get some grant money. I want to know how to go into schools and, set my business up to the point where I can go and, work with, not just for-profit organizations, but non-profit organizations. And I couldn't think of anyone better to share this information with than my good friend, just a rock star. You seen her online the other day getting her step on. So, she ain't just about business, y'all. She gets her step on in Chi-Town style, And but look, I ain't gonna run my mouth too much. I'm gonna, really open it up. You seen the flyers, and this is none other than a good friend of mine, Lakeisha Tate, Miss Lakeisha Tate of Tate's Grant Writing Services. So we're gonna get into some convo with Miss Tate on, her, how she started this, and give you guys some tips on, how you could go about, getting funded, getting grants, and just helping people. And that's what she loves to do. So again, welcome to the show, Miss Tate. We can't hear you. You may have to unmute. Here you go.
There we go.
Welcome to the show, superstar. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me be a part of the show too. I appreciate it so much.
Man, awesome. Well, look, I want to get into some, your story first and foremost. I always say I got to learn how to pronounce story because I always say story. I'll be like story, your story, But anyway, what I want to do is, first of all, introduce yourself. Don't go too much. Just introduce yourself, but because I want to ask you some questions on your journey to, your success. So, go ahead and introduce yourself real quick.
So I am Lakeisha Tate, others know me as the grant writer, but I have a nonprofit organization. I've been doing this for 13 years, going strong, going hard. A girl from the low end, started the business in Inglewood. I didn't grow up in Inglewood. I grew up on the low on 47, but I started my business in Inglewood out of my 2-bedroom apartment.
Okay, and your first business was and you're from so Inglewood, Chicago, not LA or something, but your first business, how old were you when you started your first business?
I was 30 when I started my first business.
Okay. What was your background before you started your business?
So my background was nursing. I was working for dialysis as a patient representative. And what happened was my daughter got pregnant with twin boys.
Okay. And congratulations.
I walked off. Well, they 13 now. Yeah, the organization and everything. 13 years ago, I walked off the job 13 years ago.
So you were making good money. So,
yes.
You were making good money. Okay. And I know most people in the nursing field, in the health field, they really like what they do, kind of caring for people. They have that heart for caring for people. Would you agree?
I totally agree.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I know my parents have been, my parents are a little elderly, so they go to the hospital here and there, and I just look at the staff of nurses, and they're just so nice, and I know they overworked, and with the pandemic, but they still just have that caring, that servitude in them. You know what I'm saying? They're not.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not like snappy. I mean, you could go to McDonald's and somebody be snappy. Can I get an extra ketchup? And they throw the ketchup at you. You know what I'm saying? But and they have a regular, I'm not down to people at McDonald's, but I'm just saying, like, I think people in the nursing field are definitely overworked. You know what I'm saying? And they still have a great attitude. So, so you started nursing, so you quit your business. So what was your mindset like quitting? I mean, were you scared? I mean, was it fearful? Did you have a little nest egg saved up, or, take me back to when you said, I'm done.
I'm done. Well, I didn't have any money saved at all. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, just didn't. I was doing little things as I was younger. In high school, I was doing nails, I was doing hair. So it's already embedded in me. But at that moment, you're thinking as a mother, my daughter is 16 years old, had twin boys. This company wasn't allowing me to leave. I had to be there. They were born really in the hospital. So she needed that. So being a mom, I'm going to take care of my daughter. So I just left. At that point, I was already preparing for it because they were in the hospital. They were born at 20 weeks. So they had already told us that they wasn't going to be able to be here to see 13. So at that point, I started preparing at the company. I know you're not supposed to be doing that on nobody's time, but
tip for all my entrepreneurs out there: work your business while you work your job.
Work your business while you work.
I do it all the time. Hey, I do it all the time. I still work a job, but I go there to work my business. Really,
exactly.
It's like they pay me to work my business. And let me shut up.
Be quiet.
But they hear me. For some of my coworkers, go snitching. But anyway.
Right. But a lot of my coworkers was helping me. They were giving me toys. They was helping me with different books. They was just helping me push the vision. So at that point, I just told them, hey, I can't do this no more. I got to go. And I started the daycare and I haven't looked back, and I don't want to look back.
So a daycare. So that's kind of in alignment with the health field. It was almost like, seems like you were just like stair stepping. All the businesses were lined up to your purpose, to who you are, like the core person of who you are, and that's helping people. Because I got a 3-year-old.
I know.
And I go to the daycare too, and I see all them other kids, and I'll be like, I look at them teachers like, Lord, I pray for them. I pray for them.
And you got to have that caring in you. It's got to already be there. So like you said, I care for children. I care for the community. I care for the people. So the nursing just lined me up for that.
Right. Okay. So you started your business, you quit your job, had a good job, started your business. I guess I want to know, like, because I know you're involved in some organizations as well. So how did you get into the grant writing, and then kind of some of the and kind of talk about some of the organizations that you're part of? But how did grant writing come about? Like, was that something you learned on your own? Did you go to take classes? You self-taught? How did that come about?
So grant writing came with me on my own. I was a writer, so I always keep journals. I still journal every single day. And it got to the point where I was getting a lot of no's with the grant writing. So it started with the daycare in the 2-bedroom apartment. Then that next year I started the organization because I started seeing women in that particular apartment building I was living in, being abused. So I started taking care of their children, then giving them clothing, then feeding in front of my building, and just going to different corners in Inglewood, feeding women that were being abused, because that's what my organization does. And then I started writing grants. researching it, going to different meetings. They were turning me down because I was young. They just said it was just something, a hobby at the moment. And then I went to my pastor and I asked him to pray for my organization. And he told me that I would never look back, and the organization is going to have so many doors open up for me. And I was already a grant writer, and it was already instilled in me. So once I had that meeting with him to reassure myself that I knew that I could do it, and then I had that talk with my mom, and she was like, oh, here's all the journals that you have been writing since you was a little girl. And I was like, oh, that's where it came from.
Wow.
And after that, I wrote my first grant for Chicago Trust of Women, and they gave me the grant, and I had got my first office space in Roseland, and I ain't stopped. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. And I believe I've been to, is that the same one I went to?
My office in Roseland, yeah, that was the first office.
Okay. Man, awesome. So I mean, so your faith was definitely, tested, but tried and tested. That's for sure. Huh?
Right.
I love it. So because I guess my thing is, my mindset is always, if I can do it one time, I can do it again, and I can do it more. Mm-hmm. And so I'm sure that was your mindset. So I know it's like, once you got that first grant, you was like, oh, it's on now.
It's on. I can do this, but not thinking that it was going to become a business.
Right.
It didn't really, people really didn't believe in me until COVID.
Okay. So you started, so when did it become a business? When did you say, okay, well, I can teach other people to do this? When did that come about? Were people like asking you about it, or you was just kind of excited, telling people like, yeah, there's money out there, you better get it? What was going on?
So before COVID, I was having classes in Roseland in the office space, teaching entrepreneurs how to start a nonprofit organization. I was teaching.
Why were you in teaching, but why didn't you just say, this is my information, I'm just gonna get rich, forget y'all? I mean, what made you want to just, what I'm saying, like, because some people like that.
Well, I never thought I would be rich off of grant writing. At first I started just teaching businesses because people were coming to me in Roseland asking how to start a nonprofit organization. Okay. So at that point, I was just teaching people how to start the nonprofit, not thinking to incorporate the grant writing. So because I was just doing it for myself, not thinking it was going to be a business until COVID hit. And then that's once COVID hit, that light bulb was like, boop, here we go. It's money out here to teach people how to start and get this money for their businesses.
So it seems like grant writing, non-for-profits and grant writing are kind of like synonymous.
It is.
Because I guess the purpose of you getting a nonprofit is to get grants. Is that right?
That's correct.
So can a business, a regular LLC, can a business get grants?
LLC, a profit, can get grants. Now, is there more grants for profit? No. It's more grants for nonprofit because it's a service, it's charitable. A profit business, there are grants out there, but with profit, they feel as if you're making profit. So you're making money out here in the community or for your business. Okay. But I have found grants for take service.
Right. Okay.
I wouldn't tell nobody no, because it's out there. It's just doing research for profit.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about some of your organizations. I know you just were at an award ceremony, getting some recognition and the other day. And so let's talk about some of the things that you're involved in, outside of just, I know everything you're involved in is about helping people. So what are some of the, I know you have the Better Sister and Brother Network. You want to talk
Yes.
about that?
So the Better Sister and Brother Growth Network is the nonprofit organization that I started in Inglewood as well, like right after the daycare. And what we do is domestic violence for men and women. I incorporated it for men, I'm going to say maybe 5 or 6 years ago, when I started getting men on my board, and they were coming to me, letting me know that not just women get abused, men get abused as well. So then that door opened up around COVID. We had got more men coming to us needing to be moved around. And then this year I incorporated cancer awareness, because I'm not just a survivor of domestic violence because I've been through abuse. I am a survivor of cancer. I'm in remission from cancer for pancreas.
Amen. Amen. God bless you, man.
Thank you.
I was, and that kind of leads to my next question. You know, how I guess you know, because a lot of people, you know, when you start something, you know, like I know somebody who does something for like incarcerated women because they were incarcerated, or you know what I'm saying. So a lot of times, so it's good to find a business that you truly have a passion for, and it's just a way of giving back, you know.
And not just that, your organization, I tell people when I mentor them, your organization is your experience. It becomes what you birth. So I went through domestic violence. So that's why I do domestic violence. Not saying that I don't do anything else. When we go and feed the homeless, most of those women or men have been abused or something they've been through. So your story in nonprofit is what you've been through.
Wow. So when you say like, so organization and a nonprofit, those are kind of the same things, right?
Those are the same thing. Yes.
Those are the same thing. Okay. So I just want to get, for our listeners, I want to, you know, because they may be laymen like me, just don't know what, and just trying to look and get. So so now you teach a class. Do you have any classes coming up on this? I know you just had one, right?
I just had a class, but I have one coming up April 22nd. Is to teach you how to write a grant.
Okay. I think we got that flyer. Let's throw that flyer up. We're gonna talk about that. There we go. Is this the one?
No, that's my grant writing book.
Okay.
There it is.
Gotcha. So go ahead. Let's talk about that. What, you know, give the people why they should be here, you know, and what are you going to be going over? Series 1, series 2.
So in the grant writing series, I'm going to literally, I can't never say that word right, literally teach you how to write the grant yourself for your nonprofit. And sometimes, or just your profit business, sometimes people come into my office and it's not easy. Grant writing is it's telling your story, actually. If it's your business, if it's your profit, or if it's your nonprofit, you only know your business. So sometimes people hire me to write the grants for them. I'm just going off of what you're giving me. But when you sit down in this particular series, in series 1, we're going to go step by step by step. Sometimes they'll buy the book and they can't go from the book. So you'll have that one-on-one with me. We're going to go.
Have a book? You have like an ebook or?
I have an ebook. The first flyer that he put up.
Okay. So that's your ebook. Okay. So let's talk about that. Where can we get that? So if I don't come to the class, I can just, let's say I have a general knowledge of grant writing, but I just want to, would an ebook kind of help me along the way, kind of, you know, close the deal, or what's the ebook about?
So the ebook will help you close the deal. I even have inside of the ebooks what I've won rather, for my organization. It has the proposal letters. It teaches you how to write the proposal letter. It teaches you how to read the guidelines, because most of the time when it's like you said, it's the terminology. When you open up that grant, you don't understand the terminology. So I break down the definitions of each word in the book.
Wow.
That's awesome. You can go in the book, and if you come across the grant, you can go to the book and it'll give you what that word means. in terminology. I break it down in our language.
Gotcha. What's you have a website, or I know it's maybe on the flyer, but just for the audience.
So the website is takesgrantwriter.com.
That's easy. Takesgrantwriter.com. So anybody, if you want to get your grant writing on and know how to close the deal like Miss Lakeisha Tate, grab that book and also attend that class. Where's the class going to be held?
The class is actually in my office in Harvey, 29 West 159th Street.
Okay. And I know you were doing some stuff in my hometown in GI. So what you doing? Did you get your GI pass from me before you went over there in GI to my Inglewood or Harvey? What's up? Let me call my GI people out. Make sure you good out there.
So in the GI, they can stop by my store. It's called AD&B Pro Store. We're located at Trader Bucks. I have an auto store.
In Trader, but what is that?
Trader Bucks is a flea market now in Maryville, Indiana.
Look. I ain't been. I'm talking mess, and I'm talking my own city. I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's the new flea market in Maryville, and I have a.
And where's it at?
Store.
I'm acting like I ain't from. Where is it at?
It's over far from Strachan Van Til on Broadway.
Okay, I'm gonna have to ask my people about that because I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, cool. All right. So let's get into this. I think we covered everything. Let's get into my new segment called the Rap Game. The Rap Game. And so I like to ask my guests, in honor of the 50th year of hip hop, and I think everybody rap, hip hop has just really took over the music industry. Yeah. I don't think they thought it was gonna last, but we still here. But so I like to ask the Rap Game. I know I get a lot of motivation from music, some of my favorite artists. I don't just, the mumble rap, all that's fine too. And they still be talking about a little something, Lil Baby and all that. And I like some of the young guys, but I really pay attention to those who are businessmen outside of their rap industry. And so our name is called the Rap Game because a lot of the rappers drop some serious game, game in their music. So I asked you about your, where you get some motivation from when you maybe down, maybe when you need that pick me up, even when you celebrate, maybe you just close that big deal and you want to throw on something. What's your go-to? Who's your favorite? One of your favorite rappers, and what's your go-to?
Jeezy.
Jeezy?
Yes.
Okay.
He's a businessman.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
He told Gucci was talking about it on their verses. Did you see their verses?
Yes.
That was a cold statement that he came clap back at Gucci with, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He said, man, what he said, I own half of Atlanta.
I own half of Atlanta.
Yeah, that was hard. That was hard. So Hustler's Ambition.
Yes.
So is any particular line that struck you on Hustler's Ambition, or you just like the whole song?
Well, the line that struck me is, I say I grind like it's 10 of me. It's too much money in front of me.
Hey, there you have it. Y'all heard it live from Miss Lakeisha Tate, Hustler's Ambition, Young Jeezy, or just Jeezy now. So, man, that's awesome. And I had to, when you sent me that, I had to go back and listen to it. And I was like, oh, Miss Lakeisha, a thug. I said, yeah, Miss Lakeisha, a thug, but it's all good. I said, we all got a little bit of thug in us. It's all
we
good.
It's
all good. I guess that's why we connect. That's why we connect. So, look, is it any other? I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna pay the bills. Email CINOLLC@hotmail.com. Again, CINOLLC@hotmail.com for more details. Legal Shield, this is my baby. I get caught. And here's the thing with Legal Shield, it's so easy to do. I don't even do presentations. I just send people to my app. Everything I do. See, here's the thing about what I learned in business, that in this era that we live in, you could be anonymous and autonomous, right? I just happen to put my face on this thing. I think I'm kind of handsome. Somebody told me I was cute one time and it blew my head up. But look, my point is, anybody can start a business, right? For peanuts. Like, you can be a Legal Shield associate and now you have a 1099, right? But I'm not promoting that. I'm still promoting the services because the services just make sense. $29.95 a month for any type of legal service you need, from the trivial to the traumatic, for you and your entire family. And I sign people up all the time, few people a month, just based on them knowing what I do, just by me marketing the services. So I don't do any of the legal work. I'm not a lawyer, but look, text legal to 219-201-8010, and we can get you hooked up, you and your family protected with affordable legal services. And last but not least, I don't know, I do so much, but look, credit repair. Everybody needs the credit repair, right? Even business credit. So I partnered up again, guys. I don't do the credit repair, so don't start asking me 1,000 questions about your credit. No, this is a service. I partnered up with one of the best people in the business, my man Dwight Looney of 24/8 Credit Solutions. So they do all the credit, they do the monitoring, all of that stuff, guys. For $249, you can get your credit, get things removed, get your credit boosted, and he has a lot of success. If you go to the website, his Google reviews, just off the chain. I mean, he's really done a great job on helping people get their credit. Actually, he was my first guest on Convo with Sino, my man Dwight Looney. So shout out to Looney G for putting me on. And I'm not only the president, I'm a member as well. So I'm a credit repair customer. All right. And what we got next, Easy? All right. So hey, that's it. So shout out to my team, Rashad Ezel, my producer, my girl Coach V, Chris Coleman, Big Deezy, for doing a lot of the graphics. So just shout out to the team for doing what they do. So we're gonna close out. So Miss Tate, what you got? What you want to close us out with for our audience today? What you got? Any closing remarks?
So if they would like a consultation with me, they can go to www.calendar, that's CALENDZY.com/TLUKESHA.
Your name.
My name.
Okay, Calendar. We're gonna put this in the comments as well. And I know, and just to kind of get back on, because I'm going to, I'm just waiting to clear some things up. I'm a customer of yours. So for everybody out there, I support Ms. Tate. I'm a customer, will soon to be customer. So you told me to get a virtual mailbox versus,
yes.
So let's talk about that briefly. What does that do? And give us some tips on, setting up.
So if you want to set up a nonprofit organization to get the grant funding, I would always suggest getting a virtual address. It's instead of using your home, because I know some people start out in their home, which I did start in my house, but I suggest a virtual address, get you a Google address, get you a cell phone number, that's a business number. You can do Google Voice. Everything is so least. You don't have to spend a lot of money starting a nonprofit organization.
Okay, so
those are just 3 little tips of starting your nonprofit organization. And then after that, you can go into your articles of incorporation, your EIN.
Now, do you help do that too? I mean, as far as business startup, what you help from start to finish? I mean,
I help from start to finish. I have actually Tate's Enterprise, which is my mentor program. And right now I'm at 37 women.
Wow. Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. I'm looking up because I'm looking at my to-do list that you gave me. You believe you know when I called you because we talked a couple months ago.
Yes.
And I said, yeah, I'm still working. If you see my board, I got so much going on, as you see. But so you told me to get my virtual mailbox.
Yes.
You told me to get my bio. Like,
yes.
You know what I'm saying? So how important is the bio? Where does the bio go for a person? For bio, that means biography. Your biography.
It's starting your mission. It's starting your bylaws. So your bio is telling about your actual organization. We call it our mission statement.
Okay, gotcha. And I have all of that on my website. And then you said a website. So you said
yes.
Get your website and your email. So how important is a website to grant writing?
A website is important. Social media is especially important. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, LinkedIn, all of those are very important. It's actually, I don't call it a nonprofit, I call it a business because it is a business.
So social media, so should a person put their personal name or should they put their business name under
their business name?
Okay, so so technically a person should have two different pages if they want to do business. They share like a personal page and then a business page.
Yes.
Business page? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And everything should be separate. If you have a business with an email, that should be separate from your personal. You starting your business, nothing should be affiliated with you. Everything should be affiliated with your business.
Okay. All right. So, man, this has been a great interview, man. I got a lot of information, man. I really appreciate you taking time out to, share with our listeners and, share with me because it's going to motivate me to, do what I got to do.
Yes.
So, what I want to do. So I want to kind of get out there, continue to just market myself, put myself out there, but like you, give back, really it's not about the money. It's about me really sharing my story, sharing information and helping people, as well. So man, this is, I'm super excited. So we're going to share your information. I'll be posting some things, to help people, get into this grant writing situation, get some of this money. Man, I appreciate it.
That's it.
I appreciate you. So, all right, guys. Well, hey, you have been tuned in to the greatest show on the planet, Convo with Cino, episode number 8, featuring my good friend and business partner, Miss Lakeisha Tate of Tate's Grant Writing Services. And thanks for the drop. You was like, tune in to come.
Thank you so much, Corey. I appreciate it. I'll be talking to you soon.
Most definitely. All right. Hey, man, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Been another great episode, Convo with Cino. We'll catch you next time.